5 things you don't know about me. G'day, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kathy. This is where I talk about my plants and all my other pet projects. For my return visitors, thank you. Really appreciate you guys coming back. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I was watching another YouTuber, Emma Greenwood. Big shout out to Emma. I think she's wonderful and I love her channel. And she did a video where she told us 5 things about her that we didn't know. I really like the idea, so I thought I would do the same. I'm going to link Emma's video up here somewhere, as well as in my description box below. Now, I'm not usually comfortable talking about myself. Well, not more than anyone else, I guess, but I thought this might be a good way of sharing a little bit more about me. It takes me out of my comfort zone. I'm also trying to record in different rooms of my house. So let me know what you guys think, whether you hate it, you love it. I just thought it would be good to change it up a little. Okay, 5 things that you don't know about me. Well, the first is that I am bilingual. I also speak Greek. My parents emigrated from Greece to Australia before I was born. So I think actually my first language was Greek, not English, even though now I consider it to be my second language. I still use it quite often. I speak Greek with all my relatives, not so much with my younger cousins, but definitely with the older generation. I also speak French, well, a little bit of French I should say, and I'm extremely rusty since I don't get to use it. So that is one thing that you wouldn't have known about me. Second is I have 2 nephews. I have one who is 36 and the other is 7. I know, a really big disparity in their ages. I also have a niece who is 3 and I am also a great aunt. Oh, always makes me feel so old when I remember that. I have a great nephew and a great niece. It's really strange. We haven't had young children in our family for quite a while, and all of a sudden we have 4 little ones. It's quite wonderful actually. I wanted to give a special shout out to my nephew Lucian. Hi Lucian. And to my niece Karis. Hi Karis. They sent me in the mail 2 original pieces of artwork that they created, and it was really wonderful to receive them. Because we're in lockdown in Melbourne, we can't actually see our families. So this was really sweet and it really made me feel wonderful, and I just wanted to tell them thank you so much. I love them, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to display them. I'll put a picture here so you can see what they look like, but thank you Lucian and thank you Karis. Okay, number 3. I'm extremely stubborn and I have an opinion on everything according to my friends and family, which I think is pretty much accurate, but I suspect you guys might have already known that, so I don't think I should count that as something you don't know about me. So, something else. Oh, I have written several novels, not published. In fact, I've really not made any effort to publish them. I honestly just write because I really enjoy the process of writing. I have written a fantasy novel, a couple actually, and I've also written romances. I've actually left one of my fantasy novels hanging, so I really need to tackle the sequel, but I just haven't been inspired lately. But yes, I don't know if I'll ever do anything about getting them published. Probably not. It's more just for me and maybe a few of my friends and family. The next is I have 2 degrees. I have an arts degree, a double major in politics and psychology, and I also have a law degree. I practiced law for about 17 or 18 years. Most of that time I had my own law firm, and I also very, very briefly practiced as a barrister, but due to my health I had to give it up, which was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure. I think for me, a lot of my self-image was wrapped up in working. I grew up with parents with a very strong work ethic, which I think they passed on to me. So not working has been quite difficult to get used to. Sometimes I still struggle with it. In addition to which, I've wanted to be a lawyer since I was a little girl. For me, it was never a job, it was a vocation. I absolutely loved my job. I loved working as a lawyer. It was what I always wanted to do. So having to give it up was really tough. It's been over 10 years, but I still miss it to this day. I've always been one of these people who likes to keep busy. So it's been difficult finding things to keep myself occupied with. Which kind of leads me on to number 5 that you might not know about me. I have a lot of hobbies. I have really a lot of hobbies. Most likely because I have so much time on my hands. But the truth is I've always had hobbies. Now I simply have more of them. One of my hobbies is knitting. I knit jumpers, cardigans, shawls, scarves, hats, blankets. Not just for me, really I just can't wear that much. So I knit a lot for other people. And I knit copiously. I knit all the time. Almost every night I'd say. I can't really sit in front of the TV and watch a movie or a TV show. I have to be doing something. I'm a multitasker. But yeah, I do knit a lot. Which kind of leads me on to another hobby, which is movies. I am a huge, huge movie buff. I love everything from the old black and whites with Humphrey Bogart, Bette Davis, Hitchcock films, to the Marvel films, which I'm not as huge a fan of. I am a huge fan though of Star Wars. I absolutely love the original series. Hated the prequels. I do like the new ones. I didn't like the last one as much, but I definitely really love the first 2. But the original series, I can probably quote line for line every scene in that film, in those films. Other films I really love are Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Terminators, Alien, but I also like art house films. I love indie films. I even like commercial big blockbusters like Transformers. I consider myself to be an equal opportunity lover of movies. When it comes to TV shows, one of my current favourites is Stranger Things. Older favourites are Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm a huge fan of Buffy. Love that series. I often used to complain to my friends and family back in the 80s or 90s that there was just so few strong female characters portrayed in films or TV or in books. Other than Ripley from Aliens. She is wonderful, but she was really pretty much the only one back then. And somebody told me I should watch Buffy, and I thought, oh no, with a name like that. But I was wrong, and I was really impressed with the show and the way they portray women. Spike, who can't love Spike? He is just awesome. He can bite me anytime. I'm also a big fan of Farscape. Oh, and I am a huge Trekkie. Star Trek Next Generation is the best as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, seriously, Jean-Luc Picard. Who can be Jean-Luc Picard? I also love the Law and Orders. You'd think I'd have enough of law, but even when I was working, I still loved watching legal shows. Like, what other hobbies? Oh, I am a computer geek, which I think you guys probably already know as well. I'm constantly tinkering with things, whether it's on my computer, my phone or tablet. Always like to customize everything to suit me, which is why I won't ever buy Apple products. And I love working out new software, which is one of the reasons I'm really enjoying YouTube. I don't like filming myself. I'm still very self-conscious, but I love the editing aspect of it. I also love PC games, strategy games, Civilization. I love Civilization, particularly Civ 2 and Civ 3. I can play those for weeks on end. I also love poker, Omaha and Texas Hold'em. I play those online, not for money. I'm too much of a chicken shit to play for real money. Oh, books, yes. I'm sure you can see them behind me. I have been a big reader since I was very young. I think my mum bought me my very first book, a little golden book, when I was around 4 or 5, and been collecting books ever since. My favourite genres? I love legal thrillers. I hate John Grisham with a passion. Wow, yeah, I really can't stand John Grisham books. I really love Scott Turow. Also love Richard North Patterson. Other genre I am a huge fan of is fantasy. My favourite is Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series, and also Stephen King's The Dark Tower series. I just adore that series. I'm also a fan of George R.R. Martin. I had read Game of Thrones years ago. Actually, the series isn't called Game of Thrones, it's A Song of Ice and Fire, I think, but I read that many years ago, prior to the TV show. But he's frustrating because he never did end the series. I also love Stephen King, pretty much anything of his. The Stand has got to be one of my all-time favourite books, and I have everything he has ever written. I think I covered pretty much all the hobbies I have. I'm sure I left something out. Of course, plants. How could I forget plants? Yes, of course, plants is my newest hobby, and I'm very confident it's going to be an enduring hobby. I just love looking after them. I think that's more than 5 things about me that you didn't know. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. My phone died yesterday. I actually thought I had recorded the whole video, and it was only later that I realised that it had cut off at the end. So I'm going to finish the video now. I also wanted to ask you guys to tell me something about you that I don't know. You can leave it down in the comments, or you can contact me on Instagram. I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram, but I do check it fairly regularly. And I also wanted to thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. I'm truly grateful that you do, and it means a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, you can subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Until next time, take care guys. Bye.